What's going on, my natives? It's your man Dayln here, and today we're going to be talking about YouTube thumbnails. So, you can think about YouTube thumbnails as sort of like the billboard of your video. Now, the title is what people are going to read, and the thumbnail is what people are going to see. So you got to try and tell the whole story of your video in that one thumbnail. Now, if you take a look at this one here, this is probably the best one that I've done, gravitate the most traffic to my videos. I think it's gotten like 13k views or something, which is the most I've ever gotten, and I do credit most of it to the thumbnail and the title. As you can see, I'm not in the thumbnail at all. The only thing that I actually created besides the thumbnail itself was the photo that's swiping across. Now the iPhone, the thumb, the arrow, all of that I created off Google Images, just downloading them, photoshopping them into this photo. It's the thumbnails and the titles that really need to be clickable. You can have the best video in the entire world and no one's gonna see it if the thumbnail and the title aren't on point. Now there's another program you can get. It's actually a Google Chrome extension called TubeBuddy. Now I suggest using it because you can tag Explore in there and actually see how high your title will rank in the Google search engine. That's a very good thing to have, and I use it every single time I post a video. And also when it comes to thumbnails, you gotta think of how it's gonna be visually appealing to your channel. It's almost like the grid in Instagram. You gotta try and kind of tailor it. Now for my tutorial thumbnails, I always have a border around it that's the same color as the application that I'm teaching. Also on every thumbnail I have the logo of the application that I'm using. So when I'm typing in, learn how to create swipeable photos for Instagram, there's a Photoshop logo on it so people know that they're gonna be using the Photoshop app. So people that don't use Photoshop aren't inclined to click, or if they do, they're like, oh, this is for me. Right in the thumbnail, you can see that there's Photoshop, there's Instagram, there's the multiple images button, and an iPhone, and these are all things that my audience has and uses on what I would think is a regular basis. And when it comes to putting text on a thumbnail, it's hit or miss. You know, you can put certain things on there to draw on your audience, like free stuff or whatnot, but I also created this other thumbnail that's very minimal, and this is what this looks like. Now this is actually my most viewed video on YouTube, and it's not on my channel, it's on my work channel. And the thumbnail is simply just the corner of a wooden table, and I used the pen tool to cut it out, and I highlighted it with a drop shadow. Now this video, with no paid advertisements or anything, generated like 170,000 views in like the last year or so, and it took off like right away, and people loved it. And it has to do with that thumbnail. For some reason, it was just very clickable, and the title worked really well, and I shared it on a couple platforms, and it took off for us. Now you can tailor your thumbnails to your channel or to your brand. For myself, I tailor to my playlists. And so, for example, for my Documenting Dayln series, they're all black and white because the videos are black and white. Vlogs are always a nice photo because usually I take nice pictures and shoot good videos when I'm out doing vlogs. And then my tutorials, like I said, all have that border and some kind of story told within that image itself. And this goes for all across everything that you're gonna post a video on, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, it doesn't matter. You have to think about your thumbnail. And when you're out vlogging or you're out doing something, think about what the most interesting thing is in your vlog that you can use for a thumbnail. And you know, it doesn't even need to be in the video. Let's say you take your phone and you shoot a really dope selfie with some people. You know, that's part of your vlog that you're doing. That could be your thumbnail. You don't have to do a frame grab. If you forget to shoot something with your phone or camera, don't forget you can just do a frame grab out of Premiere like this. You simply drag your playhead over, you find the frame that you want to export, then you go up to this little bar here and click this button. Once you click that, you can save it to your folder, and then click this little checkbox that says import into project if you want to bring it back into your video editor, or you can just save it and then go to your folder, open it up in Photoshop and start editing. That's a way to do a frame grab out of Premiere so you can Photoshop a better thumbnail for your videos. Because don't forget, when you upload your video to YouTube and you just let YouTube create one for you, it's just grabbing a random frame and using that. And you don't want that at all because you're trying to tell the story. YouTube doesn't know what your story is. It just knows what information you give it. And the thumbnail is part of the information that you give it. So make sure you take the time to edit your thumbnail. I probably spend an hour editing my thumbnail and an hour searching for the right keywords for my title. And that's for every single video that I put out. It's very important, and I really hope that you guys take something away from this because I want to see you guys succeed and have your videos get a lot more views, and a lot of it has to do with this. So, I just wanted to say thank y'all for watching. Throw me a thumbs up if you like this video. Tweet me some suggestions at Dayln Gerard and subscribe for a good time. And I'll talk to y'all next week. Have a good one. Peace. By the way, y'all really gotta check out this podcast. It's getting pretty sick. You know, we've got better editing in it now. Got a dope title sequence. You know, we're gonna have our first guest this week, so it's gonna be lit. Check that ish out. Please throw us a like and a comment. Holla at your boy. Oh!